good. That's
So don't worry, these only go to you guys. Um, so it's normal to feel overwhelmed because there's a lot to learn. And even though if you've been doing real estate a while and you know the MLS, we had an MLS change, and most of the agents I know have not fully embraced the new MLS. So there's a lot that we're learning all at once. But what do you think is the most important thing that we remember to do out of everything?
Talk to people.
Calling everyone.
talk to everyone.
Yeah,
Conversations.
conversations. That is the most important thing. So you focus on the activities, focus, and then you'll see the results.
What'd you say to me the other day? Something about if you do something up front, the rest will come. Kind of like the
Oh,
focusing.
right.
You said something. I can't remember the word you used, but it made a lot of sense. You just concentrate on just getting started, and the rest of it will just start to flow. That made a lot of sense to me.
Focus on the execution. Focus on the
That's it.
execution, and the
That's it.
results will follow. Yeah, and it's so true. And I feel that way myself. That is what drives me. You know, honestly, even when you're working for another company or whatever, there sometimes agents just get in their own way by overthinking, and it's hard to remember that all I got to do is pick up the phone. So when you realize that the most important thing that you have to do is have more conversations and that you're counting the conversations, you're going to feel fulfilled because you did it. And it's going to make you feel good. And eventually that you'll look for that. You look for that focus. If focus is the most important thing when it comes to real estate, because there's so much busy work. You can totally not make any money and look like you're so busy. And no one wants that. I don't want that, and none of us do. And I've been there. We've all been there that are in real estate, and it doesn't work. So what works is more conversations and then getting better at it. And how do you get better? You just keep having more compelling conversations. So I have a coach too, and she is like, you got to get these people going, Jody. They have to have buyers, they have to start showing houses so they can start making money or they're going to get frustrated. And I was like, okay, and it's true. So I have the pressure on me too. So today's session is going to be about the compelling conversations to turn conversations into appointments. So I'm just going to go through, if you want, Mac, let's start with you. Tell me, how you feel, number one, about the conversations, and then other things you're doing on this list that you feel good about.
I felt good that I was picking up the phone and trying to get a hold of people, which seems to be a little difficult at the moment. But um, my
So
biggest
tell me
thing
more.
is
So
my
you said
biggest
you were going
thing.
to do Saturday?
Yeah, and I got
How'd it
I got
go?
a couple of non-numbers anymore. Some people changed hands. I've been out of it for a little while now, so some numbers are probably belong to other people and or aren't valid any longer. But
Hmm.
what I'm trying to get the point I'm trying to get to is to have the conversation without having to think about what it is I'm going to say to them when they reply, because that just gets you kind of messed up in your own head. So I'm just waiting for it to kind of flow. They ask me something and I just kind of come out with it instead of having to concentrate too much where I stumble over my own feet. You know, so I.
Yeah, you got to wing it. You study, 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 and then it's time to take the test. And
Mhm.
now you just relax and have fun. You can't hurt anything.
Right.
Okay. Jacqueline, how about you? How did you do with conversations?
I feel awesome about how I did. I'm so new and so brand new. Like I just got licensed right before Thanksgiving, right before the holidays. I shared it with all my family and close friends over the holidays that I saw, and then so many people that I didn't see until now, like last week. Um, and it's just so easy because I'm like, yes, I'm still teaching, but I'm doing this. I'm a realtor now. I got licensed in Connecticut and Mass. And, if you're interested in selling or buying a home, or you know anyone that is, just please keep me in mind. I'm your girl. You know a realtor now. And, I go into it like there was probably out of the 25 people, 26, I think, that I've actually had the conversations with, there was three. One that I just learned, his wife's a realtor, but she does it on the side. I'm like, oh, well then, I understand why you wouldn't go with me because you're married to a realtor. That's okay. You're forgiven. Another one, her brother is a realtor, and she's renting from him in New Britain. And she wants to buy a bigger home because she's, building her family and they need a bigger house. And she's like, Jackie, I know you would work harder for me than my brother because he does like five different things, and real estate is his side gig. And I'm like, yeah, of course I'll work harder than he is because he's family. Like, I'll work so much harder than him, but I get it. I get it. He's your brother, family first. I'm like, but let me help. If there's anything I can do to help and not be your realtor, I want to help you. You know what I mean? I'll help
That's a
you
great
for
way to
free.
put it.
Yeah, for free, for nothing. Like, just if you're looking at something, I'll help him to help you. So, there's that. And then I got a lot of, well, I want to, I'm looking, I don't know if I qualify. I really want, but I have to save for another year. And I'm like, that's okay. That's okay. You know what I mean? This isn't an overnight thing. This isn't you're going to Walmart to buy something. This is a home and it's a big decision, and I get it. And it's one of the biggest decisions we make in our lives is to buy a home or sell our house and move. So I get all that. So I'm really happy with
So you're happy with making that. So how many, you had 26 conversations?
yeah, yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Good job.
yeah. And
Melody,
I
how
think,
about you? Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
No, 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 that's all right. I mean, out of the conversations, I think I gave out 20 more cards. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Like just introducing myself and just getting the fact that I'm a realtor out there without the conversation. You know what I mean?
Melody, Yashti, Jeffrey, who wants to go next?
Everybody's shy.
I could go.
Well, I think Melody was just about to say something. Were
Oh,
you?
she can go too. That's fine.
Fine.
Whoever
Okay.
wants to go.
I was going to say, so it was my birthday weekend, so I kind of slacked a little, but not really.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
So I had a lot of conversations actually because I had birthday dinners and stuff like that. So my brother, he's been like trying to promote me heavy at his job. So he actually said he needs more cards. So I gave him some more cards, and he's bringing those to work to hand those out to his, coworkers and friends. And I did have a conversation at one of my birthday dinners with my friends, and I have one friend who is going to be using me because she's looking for a home. And she's also looking to sell at the same time. She's selling property to buy a property. So that I'm hoping that works out. So I had the conversations. I, I I do have my list started, but I did not actually get on the phone and make any phone calls.
Well, but conversations are just as important, and probably more important when you're live. So, and it sounds like, they know you want this. So you have raving fans out there that are going to bring you business. So good for you. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right, Yashti, go ahead.
So I made 13 more calls over the weekend. So and I did 18 calls. I have one appointment to go see rentals.
Awesome. That's great.
Good.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
out of my 18 calls, and I have a one maybe next year. So I'm still working on that because I told her that we could start looking from now, and maybe you may find something and you may want to start in I told her about all financial stuff we could offer for first-time home buyers because I'm a little familiar with it. And so it was good overall, but my only thing is appointments. Like, although I have a rental appointment, they're currently living with their in-laws and they want to move. They're not looking to buy houses yet. Like, it's not like in their books, maybe in the next 3 or 4 years from now. But most people in my contacts, they're homeowners, not looking to move. Like, that's my only issue.
Well, so it's your people you know, and they know people, and they want to help you. So the most important thing is that you made that call. We can't force people to move, but it's a good start.
Yeah, and
Good job. 18's good. That's great.
my husband has a coworker that's selling her house, but she's doing first sale by owner, so I'm kind of working on her to switch.
Excellent.
Like, I spoke to her like briefly and give her all these like stats, all these websites we'll put her on, like how much more it benefits for me to do it versus her, but she's kind of still want to see where she would go first sale by owner first. So I told her
Well,
I'm there.
we might find some. So where is she going to go when her house sells?
She's moving to Florida, so she
Oh,
already
okay.
have a house there, and she's just looking to sell in Monroe.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Mhm.
So, just so you know, next week we're going to go into the FISBOs and expireds too. So that's good. All right,
Yeah.
Ahmed, how'd it go?
It went well. I have this client who made an offer on one of the houses in Farmington, and I received an email. I didn't get it, but I went for 4 showings. It's very serious. He wanted to go last night, like 7 p.m. So I advised him. I said, look, you want to see the house? I'd rather see it daytime because you want to check the roof, you want to check the siding, you want to make sure, you see everything. You're not going to make an offer and just see, to see the interior. So we're going back on Thursday. There is a house that it's coming soon. It should be live on Thursday. And he's willing to pay more than what he expected. So he's going to look at 2 houses on Thursday. This is for
Excellent.
one person, which,
Nice.
hopefully we'll have a contract soon, with the seller. As far
Okay.
as with the people in general, I did most of it one-on-one. It was successful actually. Like I was talking to a group of people, about 5 or 6. All were interested. I passed the business cards. They were so excited. Most of them they knew because I was always investing. They always look for good deals. I said, look, market is every day somebody comes up, for investment to buy. And matter of fact, I mentioned to them there is a house just came on the market. Everyone was so excited. I'm expecting some phone calls. House just came on the market in Avon for 275. 4 bedroom, 1.5 bathroom, and that's very good investment. So two of them are very excited. They are in business. So we should go take a look at that house this coming weekend.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
besides
an unbelievable price.
thank you. I like to talk like one-on-one. Besides this, I do meet with different groups on Friday at the church, and everybody know me, and I was in real estate for a long time, so they have trust. So I'm building
Okay.
up, and eventually I have goal because I'm a full-time agent. I have goal and to be one of the best agents in the company. It's just a matter of time. It takes time.
That's
So
Michael too,
everyone's
Ahmed.
so far everything is going good.
Good. Excellent.
Sounds awesome.
Thank you.
Maria, how about you?
Maria?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I made a lot of calls. I took advantage of the new year and just saying Happy New Year. I want to start the year strong, so I'm giving a call to all my friends and family, see where you stand. Are you moving? Are you planning? Are you buying? Do you have family, friends that are in that position. I'm here for you guys. The market has changed. There's so much information out there that you might want to be interested in. Give me a call. Everybody responded positively. We'll keep you in mind, this and that. The one I'm very proud of was my dental hygienist. I had teeth cleaning, and she's a talker, and she's talking and talking, and my mouth is, so I can't answer her. She puts all this stuff inside my mouth, but she keeps telling me that she's not happy with her daughter's school and this and that. And so when she finished, I said, I've known you for a long time. You make good money. Why are you paying rent when you could be paying mortgage and you could be moving to the community where your daughter's school is the one that you want her to attend? I mean, the price, you don't want to think about sending her to private school when you can just buy a house in a nice neighborhood with a good schooling system. And she goes, you know what, Maria, you're right. I never thought of it that way. I should be paying a mortgage instead of thinking of taking my daughter to private school. So we're going out house hunting next week.
Nice.
And I got my teeth cleaned. So
That is awesome. What a great story.
And then the other one is working with the renter, and it was kind of the same thing. I did find an apartment for them. I sent the lease application on Friday. I'm waiting for the broker to give me an answer because there were different people competing for this apartment. But I told her the same story. You know what? For what you'll be paying on this apartment, you could be paying a mortgage whenever you want to sit down and talk about mortgage rates and this. And so she explained to me about the fear that she had of not being able to get credit approved. Or said, we have great people in our mortgage company. We can sit and you can talk to them, and you'll see it's not as hard as it seems. Sometimes I think it's harder to get a rental application with all the stuff they send.
I agree.
It's just as easy getting a mortgage approved. So she said
easier.
She will. Yeah, so they are going to be renting, but they said that for sure this will be their last year renting, and then they're looking to moving, and they want to talk about that. So that's kind of just working towards your future as well. And
nice.
So yeah,
okay. Excellent. I'm proud of you guys. Okay, Kathy.
Hi. I was muted because the dog is running back and forth.
Okay.
So it was a good week. I made 25 calls. I didn't say I really will. And I got a referral to Rhode Island from someone, a listing appointment from another one.
Nice.
Yeah. So I have that, which is exciting. I also put an offer in for someone, and we went in over asking, by 20,000, and we didn't get it. And that's about it.
Good job. Well, making those calls makes a difference, doesn't it?
It really did. The listing appointment came from someone I talked to before, but calling them back, they thought about it, I guess, all night, and then texted me the next day. So,
yay.
Yep.
So, Liz, we talked. I know you were, I interrupted you. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Liz, we talked. I know you're going to do this, so I'm rooting for you, and I like your goal. And Tafari's been in Iceland all week, so he definitely hasn't made any calls, but I hope you listen to the video, Tafari.
I haven't had the chance yet, but I will after this.
Okay, good. All right. Yeah. So we're on the right track. And the most important thing is making the calls. The other things we're going to go over, I will help you. And it's going to become a habit as time goes on. So today we have, just remember, have faith in the plan. What I find is the first 2 weeks are kind of fun, and then it starts to get to us. So hang in there and keep your focus. Focus on making the calls. That's the most important thing. The appointments, putting them in the spreadsheet, doing the research, it will all come. And we're going to go through some good things today to help you amp up your conversations a little bit. So whenever I hire a new agent, I don't even listen to their calls for the first 3 weeks, because the first 3 weeks, you're getting comfortable making calls. The hardest thing to do is just do it. And then you start to feel like you have your bearings, you're connecting the dots, you're connecting with your friends and family and the people that you know that you're calling. And you're starting to feel more comfortable answering their questions. So what's going to help us? So we went through the market last week. This week, I want you guys to preview 4 homes. Now, if you're showing homes, you don't have to preview 4 homes, except I will say the idea of previewing homes is to do it regarding something that you or your circle of influence would be interested in. What is your niche? For some of us, it's new construction. For others, it's active adult, over 55 homes. For others, it is commercial, big, hairy, gigantic buildings, at hotels. We have every kind of person in this call, and we are open to it. But that's because that's where their sphere is. One of my agents was, when I was talking to him on the phone, going over his numbers this past week, he was showing a $40 million property. So I mean, when you think of what is my focus, what are my goals, you don't have to limit yourselves, but go with something that you have the potential to land. Your circle of influence, the people you know, what is interesting to them. And that's what you want to preview. Those are the homes you want to preview. So what do you say when you preview? Set up a showing. Instead of showing, there's a drop down and it's preview. And it could be multifamilies. It could be, anything, anywhere. My suggestion for you is to start with where you live, which is going to be your geo farm. Start with where you live so you own that market. That is the easiest market to take over. If you have big dreams and you start with a high-end thing, now you have a learning curve that I can't take a month off and teach you how to show and land hotels. You know what I mean? So you have to already have the people in that world in order to connect with that world. And when you start thinking what you want, it opens your eyes so you start thinking about more than just what your neighborhood is. But my suggestion is start with your neighborhood or whatever it is that your niche is interested in. And then when you're thinking, the best real estate agents honestly want to buy everything they see. And I know I'm that way. I know Kathy Miano's that way. When I'm showing houses, I imagine living there. And then I'm like, oh, I would live there, except that I'm married and he wouldn't fit. Do I still want to live there? You know what I mean? That's how bad it is. Because I love just looking at other properties. And if I had the money, I would buy it myself. So you want to think in those terms, because those words attract people to you. Okay. I saw a house today. If I had the money, I'd buy it myself. If I had the funds, I would buy it myself. I cannot even believe it. It was in Avon. It was so affordable. And you can talk about that on social media. You cannot talk about somebody else's listing and tell the address, but you can say, DM me if you want more information. Okay. Don't ever advertise somebody else's listing without their permission. But you can talk about the area, you can talk about the price range and the kind of house that it is, but you can't say the address. All right. So,
Sorry, can you put up the picture of the house? No.
nope, no picture of the
No.
house. But what you can do is put up a picture of a house.
Okay.
So Century 21 in their brand studio has asset library with all kinds of houses. So you could actually go into Facebook Marketplace, put up a picture of a house, say, this is not the house I saw today, but I'm telling you, there's a really nice listing in Avon. If I had the money, I would buy it myself. DM me if you want to go see it today. Okay, we have to be careful because of bait and switch. You have to make sure they know it is not your listing and this house that you have pictured is not the house. But you can't just be honest about it. Okay, so are we good? Are we on so just think about it. The conversation that we have causes people to want to move. And what we don't know is they haven't even had the thought. Now we're talking to them, and like Kathy said, they couldn't sleep all night. Now we don't know they can't sleep all night. We just had a conversation, and now they can't stop thinking about it. So what happens if we don't follow up with them? They call their cousin, who's also a real estate agent. So that's why it's important that we don't just have the conversation, but we do a follow-up call. And it could be an investment, it could be a beach house, it could be a rental property, income property, it could be a summer rental on the beach. That starts conversations. You could do a search for all the shoreline seasonal rentals and talk about those. That will draw people in even from other areas, especially if you talk about it on social media. Okay, so when you think about how do you do that, there's many ways that you can grab people's attention. This is one that I have always loved to do myself, and it works. So, telling a story. What is the best deal right now? If you had the money, you would buy yourself. I used to do open houses. And I brought new agents to the open houses that I would be doing. And if it was like on the shoreline or something like that, when people came through, I would talk about what the monthly payment is. Oh, are you out shopping or you're on the shoreline? Like one I did in Milford, and it was a friend of mine's house. And so I brought in new agents just so they could see. And people were coming in because it was the perfect time and that was that time of year. And they were starting to think, oh, we just had breakfast. Let's go look at an open house. So when they came in, because I knew that, I just said, you know what I love the most about the house? The total monthly payment's only $2,500. And the average person would only have to make between this and this in order to be qualified to buy it. And people would say stuff like this to me. Oh my God, I make 200,000. We were just out driving, but you know what? We might be interested in buying in the area. So they immediately take what you said and just start a conversation because what you said is interesting and now they want to talk about it. So telling a story is kind of one of the ways to grab their attention and make them want to move. So let's talk about how, and I'm going to share with you, how I'm trying to move everybody so I can read the first block. There we go. So number one, find the best deal in town. Number two, think about it. Would I buy this house? Don't overthink it. You can take the first one you see. And then we're going to look up why we think, prove that it's a good deal. Make the call, knock on a door, post it on social media, have a conversation. All right. How are you? Are you enjoying the new year? I went to my sister's for New Year's Eve and I already have broken every one of my resolutions. How are you doing? Have a nice conversation. And then we're going to see 5 houses. One of them that you see that you're going to set up this week might be one of the ones that you're going to talk about. Okay. So let's start with how are we going to find something that's interesting? So we log into the MLS. We click on, so when we log into the MLS, and I'm going to do this again, We clicked on Connect MLS, number 1. We select Market Activity, number 2, over here. This is what we see when we go to Connect MLS. When we click on Market Activity, in the yellow here are new listings. A new listing is something that's been on the market 10 or less days. So I found one I want to talk about. It was the first one I saw. And now we're going to look it up. So this is the one. It is in Stamford, 25 Forest Street. It is a condo that's 720 square feet for sale for $410. And the average price in Stamford is a lot. So this is, I think it's $850. So this is definitely in an affordable thing. The thing that I love about Stamford is you can take the train to New York. So people go there usually to commute. So now that was the first house I saw. I saw it because of one of the agents here that works out of Stamford. I thought this would be a good house for him to talk about. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And it has 2 pictures of the outside. The first one on the top left is one side of the building, and the second one is the other side. So you can see this area, this neighborhood is one building. So all the condos in there, it's, I don't know how many there are, but there have to be a ton. And you can see it's in nice condition, and it has a beautiful view. And you have a walkway that you can actually look out over the ocean. Oops. Not only that, there's a pool, places to go outside and hang out and exercise. The condo fee is only $768, which isn't bad if you're getting all of that. Plus, it has a garage. So already I am sold. Would I buy that? Yeah, I probably would buy this. Okay, so what do? I go into the MLS and I look at the map view. So when you look at the hot sheet or the market activity, oops, sorry. These little arrows, how it's separated with a map and the list. The list is what you see, and then you have to click these little arrows here, and it opens up into the map. Okay, so once you can see, okay, there's a lot of listings in this neighborhood, especially this building. So I think this is what I'm going to talk about. Then I'm going to go and pull the stats for that area like we did last week. So in this example, 7 have sold in the last year, and the average price is $574. Ours is $410. Some of them are bigger. The high was $860. The low was $389. So we're right at the low, and it looks like a nice house. A lot of bang for your buck there. Okay, so now I would write down the address and do a search. Go to listings, search for single family, go and put the city Stamford in. And when I go to status, I would add closed, continue to show, under contract, and active. So I would put everything, and then up here I would click view results, and that would show me the map of everything. So in the map, there's probably, I don't know, 900 listings here. So then I look at the bullseye in the map and search here, and I type in the address. And that brings me to zoom in to where the house is. And now I will do the mapping tool, which is this one right here, number 4. That mapping tool opens up, and you can do a polygon to show that neighborhood, which I did. And then I hit view results. And then I go up here like we did last week and do the quick CMA so I can see what I showed you earlier. Okay, and there's a quick CMA, and then there's the data. So I just wanted to quick go into the MLS and show you how to pull this And let me go back to, hang on a minute. So I'm going into the MLS. Now, I learned this morning that that house, that condo, is now 1 day over new. So it's 11 days old. So it's going to be a little different how I do it. Click on MLS. Go here to connect MLS. Sign in. And here is market activity. So market activity is kind of the key to the candy store. It tells me in Connecticut, there are 13 canceled listings and 14 expireds. Right here, I can click on them and see them. And then up here is new listings. And these are all the active listings, and these are all the coming soons. And then we have back on the market. So any of these might be interesting to someone. I mean, in some cases, you want to look at old listings because old listings sometimes are shop worn and those make good flips. So if that's your clientele, then you can go in and say, I saw a house today. It's been on the market 80 days. It's really not bad. This would be the perfect FHA 401k. If you are thinking that you want to fix something up so that you can live in it and have that house that you love, this would be the house for you. So that's another way to look at it. But I'm going to click on new listings. Whoops. So I'm clicking right on the line and then it pops open. And I usually sort by city. Now I'm going to Stamford, so I'm going to click the word city and then it will reverse sort. So the W's come first and then I go down to Stamford. Now I know this house is not in here because I already know it's not there. So I'm going to put in the MLS number just to show you. Okay, and there it is. I really
Joey,
would buy
why wouldn't it be in there? Why isn't it in
because
there? Is
it's
it too
not in
old?
there as a new listing. It's in
Okay,
there as a listing.
okay,
Over
So
10
just
days.
keep you guys from going on the hamster wheel. I want to just do it for you.
all right. No, thank you, thank you.
Okay. So this is the property. Isn't that cool looking? I mean, I would love, oops, I didn't mean to do that. I want to see all the pictures. All the pictures. So to look at all the pictures, uh, hang on. I'll go here to pictures. Where are you, pictures?
If you click on view 19 on the bottom left, it doesn't open up that window. On that,
View
see where it
19.
says view
Yeah,
19?
right there where it says view 19.
Yeah, the little gallery
Where do you
in
see that?
On the picture on your left, it
actual
says view
Oh,
picture.
that's
right
it.
there.
Yep.
Yeah,
There
there
you
you
go.
go.
Thank you.
And now you
Thank
click on
you.
the first one and they'll all come out big.
Isn't this beautiful?
It's gorgeous. Now, if
So
I had the money, I would live there.
Yeah.
you could go see all the plays you
Don't
want.
have the
You could
money
get
to
on the
live there, but
train,
yeah.
go to the
Wow.
best restaurants, and you don't even have to think about how you're going to get to the train station. You know, and Stanford, I don't know. Yeah, I love Stanford. I feel safe there. Like, who wouldn't come here? A game room, everything. All right. So that is what I would want to talk about. And now you getting where I'm going with this? So I wanted to show you that. Oh, let me just now, how do I find the price? Okay. So I'm going to do a search. So I'm going up here to the search screen and I'm clicking listings. And in this case, I know it's condos, so I'll just do condos. Status, I'm just picking under contract and closed and actives. And then city, Stamford. Okay. And there are 616 matches over here. So I'm going to click view results. View. Okay, now I see everything. So I go to the little arrow in the top left. Okay, you see that little arrow? It's so obscure. And it says open map if you hover over it. Now it's opening the map. And now the bullseye, I call this a bullseye. It looks like a bullseye to me. It says center map in a specific location. So I am going to center it. I believe that was Forest, right? F-O-R.
25 Forest.
Forest Road. Oh, 20. It was 25 Forest?
25.
35?
25.
25. Okay. Oh, there it is, Stanford. Okay, I don't think that's right.
You didn't click on it though. There you have to click on it. There you go.
Okay. Oh, so that is it. Okay. What is this one? What is this one? All right. So here it is, right here. And now I'm going to click on this to draw the polygon. And then I want a polygon. And I'm going to, sometimes it doesn't take right away. Now, this is the one. Whoops. Didn't really do it. I think it's good enough. Okay, and then now I have it all, including the new one. So that is correct. And then I go up to the squiggly line next to the car, quick CMA. And I can see what's happening in the neighborhood. Now I can hand out all of this and create a brochure for all of this and offer to send it to people, but I just can't put the claim to have these listings. Okay. All right. So that's it. I'm excited. I'm going to buy this. And since I probably can't get rid of my husband, no, I don't want to get rid of my husband, but that's the thing. If I was single, I would be living like this. Okay. So now, how am I going to talk about it? So I want to share some things. So, and I would also go and look at this house. I would preview it. How would I do that? Let's see. I'm going to click on it. Make it big again. All right, it's not letting me. There we go. Okay, so if you select it, I'm selecting it. Then I'm going over here to showing time. This is the showing time icon. And I am going to add it to a showing cart. I like showing carts. I'm going to go see it on Saturday. And I'm not putting anything in here at all. I'm just going to say preview for Zach. Okay, and then I'm going to say okay. And where is preview? Hold on a minute. You know what? I can't do it that way. I'm going to do it a different way. I'm going to showing time. I'm going to do a one showing because I have to schedule single showing. This is the only way you can do it. Schedule. And it's not letting me do it. Hang on. Schedule. I'm looking. Turn. Change. I can actually change it to one of you guys too. That might be why I can't find this. So on here it says somewhere preview instead of showing. So I'll have to, and you know, this happens to me every time I do this. I think it might be when I first log into it, I have to do it. I'll do it with a different one. Oh well, I don't want to drive you crazy and go up through that like it's crazy. But that's what I would do. I would definitely look at that. And you know,
I
if I
do mine on the phone and it's a little easier. I
oh
don't know if,
okay.
I was just doing the
yeah.
same thing. I was
Because you
looking.
could
And it let you
just,
preview?
yeah, you could just select like appointment type if you're doing whatever appointment type you're doing. And it has
Oh
like
good.
agent preview, like
Yeah.
Okay.
a second
Yay.
showing, inspection, like photograph, whatever you want to do, walkthrough.
Good.
It's easier on
All
the
right.
app, on the phone. I tried it too while you were doing
Yeah,
it.
I like
Okay.
it on the phone.
It worked.
Gosh, always comes to my rescue. All right, so now we know what we're going to do. We're going to set up 4 showings. We're going to preview. The next thing we're going to do is social media. So how many are posting things on social media?
I just posted today, actually.
Excellent. And are you getting any likes?
Not just yet, but it was one of the videos from the marketing page on C21.
Okay, good. Nice. So you did it. So that's where I'm going. I'm going to 21 online and I'm going to show you again the 2 things you can use for this purpose because we really should be doing it at least twice a week. And I'm doing it with you. I don't like doing it and I have been doing it. So let me show you what we're going to do next. All right. So we're going to 21 online, logging in, going to menu in the upper right-hand corner, and then selecting Productivity Hub. Once we do that, when you see Productivity Hub, scroll down and you will see Brand Studio and business cards. So Express Docs and business cards has some great things we can share. So that's what we're gonna go. Here's Brand Studio social media, and here is where you're going to click social marketing when you get in there. And then you want to do the auto posters so that you don't have to think about it. And then you can also post things about what we just talked about in addition to one of those. So super easy. And then we're thinking, okay, everybody needs to follow up with anybody that you have a good conversation with and mail them something. Okay. So I wanted to share this with you because I do it. The Express Docs, which is where we get our business cards, they have the best, cutest ever postcards. And when you send a really cute postcard, you don't have to say a lot. So I'll just show you what they look like. So you go into Express Docs, you go into personal marketing, and they have one called Winter. There's a lot of different ones, but Winter's easy and fun. And then they have all these really cute winter postcards. They have the big ones and the little ones. And I have lots of magic markers at my desk. They come blank on the back. You have them sent to you. It's like for 25, I think it's $13, but you have to pay postage, which is probably the same amount. And you can write what, thank you so much for talking. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? All right, I'm going to show you. And then also in there is a lot of newsletters and things like that. They're very professional looking, and you can get them also mailed to you. So it's same kind of thing. If you want to just run out on an afternoon and share some things with someone, it's something professional, it's printed, it's on nice paper, and it might be, a nice addition to what you're going to be doing. So let me share that with you. All right. I am in 21 online. Menu, upper right-hand corner. Scroll down to Productivity Hub right here. So the menu is up here. It says menu and there's 3 lines. You click on that and then you select Productivity Hub. Once you have that, you need to scroll down to Brand Studio. So we'll do Brand Studio first. So here it is. It's alphabetical. B. Go to Brand Studio. Okay. Now we're here. And there's so many cool things. So last week we went to libraries, and the libraries have all of these fun things you can post however you want. But this week we're going to social marketing. Okay. And social marketing has different tiles. So this one is NAREP. NAREP, Century 21 is very involved in this, and it's the National Association of Hispanic Realtors. So we are very involved in that, and there's a lot of really good stuff. We also have the moments of the day, the moment of the century, and then you dedicated to the joy of your home. So all these fun things are here. And then we have more things. So these are social media auto poster. So I'm going to start with that. Okay, and this tells you when they're going to auto post. And I've already created one for the holidays. So this is showing me the next holidays. So Martin Luther King is on the 20th, and then February, Black History Month, and then Valentine's Day and President's Day, Women's History, and spring. So, hey, we're not that far away from spring. Looking at this, it's kind of exciting. So, do that now. Set up your social media auto poster. You have to be connected to your Facebook. So it's going to prompt you to connect. Okay. And if anybody needs my help, I'm going to stop sharing for a minute. Let me know. I'll have you share your screen and we can, or we can do it later.
It also has to be a business account, I think, Jody, or at least that's
Yes.
what it blocked me for.
It has to be a business account. So if you haven't created a business account, then we'll do that this coming week. Marketing team will do it for you. But we can also do it. It's not that difficult. In the asset library, there are social media headers that are really nice that you can use. Okay. All right. I'm going to share my screen again. So this, where we are now is Brand Studio. Now the next one is the postcards. So I'm going back to Productivity Hub and I'm selecting Express Docs. Okay, so here are Express Docs. We're going to click Market Yourself. So it says business cards, that's why it's B, but it really is Express Docs. Okay, Market Yourself. And I buy postcards from here all the time. I have stacks of them. So I recommend don't do more than 25 at a time because the seasons change faster than you think, unless you're going to do a mailing with it. But I like to send them out after I have a nice conversation. Let me see, Southington, where are you? Here we are. So I'm logging in. All right, so what I showed you before up here are the direct mails and newsletters. And you can download these too. So it's all pretty nice. Flyers and brochures, there's a lot of things you can do. My favorite here is personal marketing. So that's where I always go, personal marketing. It's at the bottom. When I click on it, then it has all these fun things. And of course, like everybody else, we're attracted to babies and pets. So pick something that you like. I like the season. So winter, spring, summer, fall. Tax tips, that doesn't really excite me, but that could be exciting. So I'm going to winter. And this was the one that I did before. So this one is a small, let's see, is that a small postcard? And this is a large postcard. So those are the differences. So I'm going to pick the large postcard. Last time I did the small one. So the front has everything about you and the back is going to be blank, front and back. Here we could upload a neighborhood and send it. We could ship it to ourselves. So I usually do ship to myself and 25. So for the big one, it's 15.25 plus shipping. For the little one, it's 13. And then I am going to customize. So I can do this for anybody too. Doing it for Jody. So the first time you customize, you'll have to upload a headshot or a picture of yourself. So what I have here, I have my role, the offices, and then the return address. And now I'm already have my headshots. So I'm going to generate the final proof. Okay, so cute. So what you really want to look at is the spelling of everything and make sure your phone number is right. Okay, so you want to make sure you download it. All right, and I'm going to save somewhere that makes you download. Okay. Download, here we go, view PDF. And you can't really see it unless you download it. All right, save. There it is. Okay, and then you can make it big. So you can see, make sure everything is spelled right. It's not off. You don't have a weird space somewhere, an old email address, that kind of thing. All right, so We are making the calls. We're talking to people. We're going to start following up with a card. You want to do 5 personal mailings a week anyway. You want to go preview the listings that you want to see. And I left out the best part about this. So when we preview the listings, let me go back. Okay. All right. I didn't put it here. So when we go preview the listings, we are going to knock on the doors of 5 people on either side and 5 people across the street. So the best time to do this is like Saturday or Sunday morning, or afternoon, anywhere from 4 to 6, depending on your safety comes first. And, just make sure if you're knocking on doors that either bring somebody with you, get together with each other, tell me that you're going out, and, watch out for your safety. Knock on doors, give them your card. I was just previewing this house for one of my clients that's coming in from New York. And, I just love this neighborhood. It's gorgeous. We're a lot of activities happening here. Have you ever thought about moving here? Do you know anybody else in the neighborhood that might want to move? So that is why we're doing this. So if I can get 20 contacts, 5 on each side, 10 across, guess what? I just did 20 of my contacts for the week, and it's in person. And I gave them my card and we had a nice conversation. And they're in that area that I'm going after. So Jody can get me the list of everybody that lives there. I can also look in the tax records on the MLS too. But it's nice to just give your card, not know their name, have a normal human conversation without knowing what they bought the house for, when they bought it, and that kind of thing, just talking to them.
So we will not ask for any information. What's your name or email address or anything? Just
Oh,
give
no, I
them
would ask.
our
I would
card.
ask. Yeah, I would ask. What I mean is, a lot of times, if we get the materials ahead of time, we already know their name. We know when they bought the house, and we know what they paid. So it's easy to go right there. Do you know you've got about 200,000 in equity in your house since you bought it? And sometimes that's just overwhelming for people. Who are you? I don't even know your name, and you're telling me I have all this equity in my house. So having a human conversation where you develop a relationship, and then talk about, I was looking up your area. I just want to thank you for the nice conversation. If you ever want me to, I give people in this area free market evaluations once a year. I'd be glad to do that for you anytime. So,
Don't they slam the door in your face? I'm just so afraid of knocking on doors that people are going to think I'm stalking them or that's the one thing I feel very uncomfortable with. I don't know.
well, when I first got my license, my broker was really into this, and he would go out with me and knock on doors in the winter, with the snow going above your shoes or boots even. And I remember him knocking on people's doors with me, and they would just open the door, leave it open, all the cold air is going in. All I can think about is the poor little kids in the background are freezing now. And he's having this great conversation with these people. So I learned from somebody like that. And that is the best thing you can do. I mean, so we just had an election. Did you have any politicians knock on your door?
No,
I
no.
don't think
I
we had
did.
any.
I did. And I'll never forget him. And probably I'll vote for him next time.
That's a good point.
It once you have a human conversation with somebody, you connect. And so I understand what you're saying, Maria. They're never gonna slam the door in your face. They slam because you're saying, I was just previewing this house. I have a client coming in from New York. This is such a nice neighborhood. I just wanted to give you my card. if you ever know anybody in the area thinking of selling, and just, start the conversation, see where it goes. Sometimes they're in a hurry. They don't want to do this. It's cold. They're in the middle of going somewhere. So they take your card and that's it. Other times they'll have a conversation. And other times you get the older widow that is lonely and she's going to tell you all the gossip and invite you in for tea. So,
So Jody,
you
do you
know,
think it's good? Do you think it's a good idea if we let the local police know that everybody
yes.
walk around
Yes,
in case
yes.
if
Well,
someone
so
calls?
what we're doing is like not a lot of
Yeah,
people, so it's 5 on either side and 10 across the street. But depending on the area, I might, especially if it's a scary area
yeah,
or like a lot where I live in New Britain, so everybody's afraid when they come to my house. But I would knock on doors at there anytime. I go for walks all the time. But if it's high end too, if it's high end, then you might want to call and just say, I actually go down to the police station with donuts and just say, hey, I'm going to be
yes,
previewing a house over on East Washington Street, and there's about 10 houses in the area. I'm going to knock on their door and just give them my card. I want to let you know. And then you might have to pay for a permit, like 25 bucks or something.
yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Jody.
If anybody
Thank
wants to
you,
go knocking on doors
Ahmed.
with me, I'll appreciate the company.
I know. Where would you go, Maria?
Well, I live in Wilton, so it would have to be somewhere around here, and
Okay.
I don't know. We'll
We're
see.
going to have to find you someone.
Okay.
So, are we in, you guys? Are we in for doing the preview
Yes.
and knocking on the doors, getting to know the market, thinking of a house that you want to talk about? So, let me ask you guys something. If your clientele, do you think they would be interested in investing in real estate? Friends and family.
Some.
Mine are.
Yeah. So Ahmed invests now and he's invested for the last 20 years.
Yeah,
So he like lives for this. I listen to him and I listen to Daryl Sullivan and I want to go buy multifamilies. It's like, oh yeah, I'm calling you. So, you know, I know my own daughter bought one house that I thought was too expensive and was there a year and bought the next door neighbors and hers. So she rented it out. And that I was, but that's what a lot of people think like. They think, okay, if I just made, 60,000 in the last year in equity, if I had two of these, I've made 120. Meanwhile, I'm paying down the mortgage. So even if the market goes the other way for a little while, at least I'm paying down the mortgage. It's still an investment.
Hmm.
Jody,
actually, Jody, I meet more people wanting to invest in general, different businesses, more than beside buying houses. But you'll find people really wanting to invest, especially like people
They
have money
do.
now for some reason, and they want to invest it.
I know.
Yes,
People have money now. It's
yeah,
true.
yes,
I was with my husband. He had to get some electrical switches for, the contract that was redoing our house, told him where to go to get what. And he was lost. He had no clue. So I'm looking around Home Depot and I'm like, that guy looks like he knows. So I went up to this stranger and started asking him questions about boxes and stuff. He like gave us his whole life story. He's telling me where he's, building houses. And I was like, wow.
yes,
So you're right. The business is everywhere.
yes, yes. The economy is very good, actually. Yes.
Jody, can we go around? I mean, Maria, you told us that you're in Wilton. I'm looking at my map. I'm in Windsor. I'm right like centrally located. I'm about 15 minutes north of Hartford and 5 minutes south of the airport. Bradley Airport. Can we just go around real quick because I'd be willing to door knock with anyone that's kind of like within a half hour of me. Can we just go around and say where we're from or our geofence?
Okay. I am going to stop the recording.